Welcome back to the Flying Scotsman FM channel, and today we have another national team rebuild. And as you can see, as a Scotsman, I have been tasked by my Twitter followers in a vote we had last week to manage England at the 2022 World Cup. So we are doing this with players who have played 10 or less games for the national team. So I'll quickly run through the squad that we've picked for the World Cup. So we've got Nick Pope, Dean Henderson, and Aaron Ramsdale as the goalkeepers. Fikayo Tomori, James Tarkowski, Adam Webster, Gerard Branthwaite, Benjamin White, Matty Targett, Kyle Walker-Peters and Ryan Sessegnon as our defensive unit. In the midfield we have Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Tom Davies, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, Conor Gallagher, Callum Hudson-Odoi, James Maddison, Harvey Barnes, Dwight McNeil, Jared Bowen, Harvey Elliott and Anthony Gordon. And up front we have chosen Ollie Watkins, who will miss the first game with a little bit of a niggle, Callum Wilson, Danny Ings and Ivan Toney. And if you couldn't have guessed, I am an Everton fan, having picked obviously Anthony Gordon, who at the start of this game is at Everton, Dwight McNeil, Tom Davies, Jared Branthwaite, who's currently on loan at PSV, and James Tarkowski. So what we'll do now is we will quickly look at the tactic that we'll be running. It will be the same as the German national team rebuild, and it will be the Beowulf tactic from Nap with the two Secundo Volantes. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quick pick the team, and that'll probably be the most likely team we will run with. Actually, no, we will have Nick Pope in goals. But other than that, the squad is pretty much where we'll be. Game to game, I will be looking to make some changes as I'm wanting to try and get as far as we can. And with this squad, I think we will take a bit of time to tweak things to see what our best 11 is. So what I'll do now is I will fast forward to the end of the group stage and we'll see exactly how we got on, see if we qualified for the knockout rounds. So here we have it, the first game of the group stage, and unfortunately we could only manage a 2-all draw with Iran, having thrown away a 2-0 lead after James Maddison and James Tarkowski had us 2-0 up 54 minutes in before Azmoun managed to score 2 goals in the final 20 minutes to have a draw. As you can see, there was a lot of bookings for both sides either way, and it does look like it was just an absolute battle in the middle of the park with so many players being booked. Now, onward and upwards, and hopefully we can get a better result in our second game. Unfortunately, our second game of the group stage wasn't much better, as it was another 2-all draw, with Danny Ings opening the scoring a minute in before Giovanni Reina scored in the 18th and 24th minute to give the USA the lead. And then James Maddison managed to pull a goal back in the 87th minute to mean we are 2 draws from 2 games at this World Cup, and we are already facing a struggle to even get out of the group stages. And in the final game of the group, against another one of the home nations, we left it very, very, very late indeed, as it took until the 91st minute for Jared Bowen to put England through into the knockout stages of the World Cup. Now, a 1-0 win and 2 draws against Iran and the USA, this is not the sort of performance that I would be expecting from the English national team. Obviously, it's a new look English national team, but I would have expected us to have went through a bit more comfortable than we have. So we will skip on to the knockout round, see who we've drawn against, and just see how far we can go. So in the round of 16, we were tasked with a difficult tie against the Netherlands. However, we have finally started to make it look like we belong at this World Cup and potentially even go as far as the final. Fingers crossed. The Netherlands went 1-0 up with Frankie de Jong in the 26th minute, and I kind of thought that this was just going to be another one of those games where we were going to be scraping till the end to try and get something out of it. However, Jared Bowen in the 39th minute and Anthony Gordon in the 42nd meant that we went in 2-1 up at half time against the run of play. And then, shortly after the break, Conor Gallagher put us comfortably 3-1 ahead before Harvey Elliott scored his first international goal in injury time to put us through to the last 8 with a very, very convincing 4-1 win. However, if you look down at the stats, possession was about even. XG, they nudged us slightly, but look at the amount of shots they had compared to us. 23 to our 12, however, both only mustering 6 on target. So now go through to the quarterfinals and just see exactly how we get on. Well, unfortunately for the Flying Scotsman at the English national team, it has ended in quarter-final defeat to the hands of Mexico. Alexis Vega scoring late on in the 82nd minute to put Mexico into the semi-finals of the World Cup and send us home. And I dare say, a Scotsman in charge of England does not work, and it looks like I will be sacked after the World Cup concludes. But there we have it. This was a much shorter experiment than the Germany one, as we only managed to make it through to the quarterfinals. As I said, it was a quick experiment. If you did enjoy it, please let me know down below. And if you'd like to see more national team rebuilds, just let me know and we will try and get that organised. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.